What's going on, everybody? BrickBuilder here, and welcome back to some Minecraft Vanilla Views, our 1.12 survival world. And last episode we did build this over here, the little man-made lake, but today we're going to be working on actually adding an improvement to a build. We built this on Easter over here, it's just a little rabbit head, but I decided that we were going to do something pretty cool with it. What I want to do is I want to make a secret little like dungeon slash base underneath this thing. And I think it could be very cool, but first we got to do something inside of this to give it a nice look, since, you know, we are going to have this, like, look up here. This can't be a suspicious area, you know. People have to come in here and say, oh, yeah, this guy seems cool, not shady, you know, not sneaky at all. But if you guys do enjoy, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. It's very much appreciated. And we are going to quickly sleep away this night because we do not want any mobs coming in here. But, yeah, we're going to be using a lot of different resources to kind of build a nice little base, I guess. It's kind of what I really want to do here. I'm going to throw some resources in here at the moment, too. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually make some stone slabs, because we are going to fill just this little area here with some stone slabbage like so. That should be good if we get something like that going. I think it's a very nice little plain but simplistic style roof, which is kind of what we're going for. Unfortunately, this little design is going to be in the front here unless I somehow cover it up with something, which I think I'll actually try to cover this up. Wrong bit of wood. I need to use spruce right now. Actually, no, maybe dark oak here could be cool. Maybe? I don't know. This might not work out. We'll see. We can always try it, I guess, and see what happens. And then if maybe we just throw like a beam across and a beam across, then that could kind of look almost natural, you know? I honestly, don't ask me what this is. I'm really not sure. Like, I had to give you an answer. I couldn't. Ooh, actually, this looks good, though. This could work. We'll do something like that. Yes. It still keeps the design there, but it's a lot hidden, so you don't really seem to notice the design, which is kind of like what's important here. Is not that, you know, it's there, because it's going to be there regardless, just that you can't notice it, so that matters. And then the floor in here, I think we'll go with a nice stone brick and andesite floor, since that does look pretty good. But we're going to probably need, like, a ladder to get down, so maybe we'll actually put the ladder here. Ooh, that could be nice. I think I got a plan that'll work. That is good. I'm definitely a man with a plan right now, which is something that we definitely did not have before. We're going to want a lot of andesite in this floor, so let's throw that there, and then we'll throw some stone bricks in all these other slots. Actually, maybe we want more stone brick, yeah. Seems more fortified that way. This looks way too, like, intentional, so I want to make it more messy here by breaking up some more, but there we go. We'll do that, yes. And then right over here, we're going to need some of the thingies known as ladders. So we're going to make a bunch of ladders. We're probably going to have a bunch of extra. But honestly, I don't think it can hurt to have extra ladders. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down. I think, actually, let's just go 5 down. Because that way it'll be a lot easier for us to make use of the area. Oh, I can actually just put these here like that. Because we need to put stone brick on the outskirts here, because we're using stone brick for the little, like, I guess, transport down. I guess kind of in the little tube to get down. Because, like, if we just have stone here, it's going to look weird when the rest of the build is actually, like, you know, like, designed, and then just the area where the ladder is just, like, random blocks. It's not going to look good. So we'll do something like that, and then we can throw these on up and just make a nice little easy escape right there. Do something like that. It does work. Actually, that looks not bad at all, but we're not going to need any more ladders. Alright, so now I think what we can do is we can actually make our way down into the basement. Now, at the basement, I do have some pretty good ideas for this basement area that I want to do, so we're going to be using those. But first, we just need to kind of dig out a nice little room here. So I think what I'll do is I'll dig out the room, and then I'll come back to you guys. Alright, so the room has been dug down, but we got a bit of a problem over here, being as that we built the room a little bit too high that the terrain is actually getting slightly crushed. But it's a very easy fix. We just go along here and do something of this nature. And we can kind of clean it up very quickly. So that's a good thing. At least that this wasn't like a super difficult task for us to actually fix. Because I didn't really want to have to do any daunting, like, tasks with the terrain. Because that'd be a problem. So now we're going to go back down here. We have a decently sized room. I'm quite happy with the size of this. I was considering making it bigger, but realistically, I don't think much bigger would actually be worth it, because if it's a secret base, you don't want it to be too obvious that it's there. So what we're going to do is we're going to do something like that, and then we're actually going to need to get some more inventory space, so I think we're going to start tossing out some more items by actually just making a chest. And doing that sort of thing. We'll put a little bit of dirt in there since we're not going to need it. But down here, we'll throw down the chest because we have a lot of building resources and not enough inventory to actually use what we, you know, need. So we're going to throw all this in there. And we are going to be using glowstone for lighting down here because I do think glowstone is probably one of the best light sources for something like this. But what we're actually going to do is I do want to quickly head back over to my house and glow a bit more resources because I am short on just a couple things that I do really want to get. So I think I should grab those very quickly. We are already pretty close though because this is not really too far off. I mean, that's like our spawn area over here, and this is like our spawn little village place. And we're going to be kind of working on making the spawn area just have a lot more cool things such as the, you know, rabbit secret base or whatever. I don't know, I definitely do like it. But I debated making it like kind of like a shrine to a rabbit almost thing, but that's not really what I want to do with it. So yeah, I'm going to grab this, that, and probably some greens actually. Could be kind of nice. We'll put some diorite back. I don't really think we're going to be using much diorite, so we can put that back. And then I'll also grab that, but just because I do really want to incorporate lots of green into this, being as I'm an emerald creeper, you know, and also just I think it'd be kind of cool since green is just a color that really isn't used in this build. So having that like clear color that does still work with the stone and the wood equally. It's not like a super bright color, but at the same time it's not like a dark black, which is not really what we're going for. Because although it's a secret base, we're kind of almost going for like a Midwestern sort of style, like a country house sort of, with like lots of spruce wood, lots of stone. That sort of like style is really prominent in that building technique, I guess. And what we're going to do now is we're going to start with the floor, which we still have to dig out, but that's alright. I think we're going to be using some beautiful, I think I'm going to use spruce, but I might put a design in the floor. Because I feel like that, something as simple as putting a design on the floor is pretty useful. Because this whole build here is basically being built solely for the purpose of just having, like, looks. This is like a pure, like, look-based, you know, no actual function build. So looks are pretty much all that we care about here. Cosmetic is everything, since the lore is pretty much all that matters, because there's no, like, actual use of this place, at least that I know of. Because I don't really think we're ever going to actually need a secret rabbit's place. Although, I mean, it would be cool to have a rabbit farm down here. It just doesn't make a lot of sense because I have the AFK fish farm for food and also the sheep farm, which I could always use provided if I did need more food and my AFK fish farm is broken or something. So I think we're going to go with having some dark oak here because I do want to actually use a little bit of dark oak. But I do want to primarily use spruce wood. I'm thinking what I want to do is I want to line the outside here with this. And I'm actually thinking now that I look at the dark oak wood, maybe I just go pure dark. Because this dark chocolate kind of style here could almost work. I mean, it's got like that vibe to it that works. So maybe, yeah, I definitely think that'll work better. We'll save the spruce wood for more accenting things and we'll use the dark oak on the floor. Because I think just the darker color on the floor will make the room look slightly bigger. And it's one of those colors that really work in a large scale, whereas some colors, you know, don't really work together. Like, for instance, if I made all this whole floor, I don't know, like one random block, probably wouldn't look the greatest. And let's make a little bit more of that. We're going to be using a lot of dark oak wood, but that's alright, because we've harvested a ton of it. So we've done that right there. Alright, now the sides of the room are going to need to get started, but let me quickly make this here, and give me some stone bricks. Also, I'm going to take these torches out of my offhand before I start misplacing them left and right. I'm going to do something like that, yeah, with this whole tunnel situation here. And then I'm thinking I want to put a door right here, possibly. Maybe we can put a door right there. Does that work? It does, but if we're going to put a door right there, maybe we should go with that, yes. Boom. Because the door does work there as well. I do like the concept of having a door. I would go with an iron door if it didn't have the hole, but the fact that it has that hole kind of ruins it for me. So we're going to start with this side wall here, where we're just going to kind of get a little bit of detail in, and then we can obviously work from there. So let's go right over here, start digging out this wall, and we'll dig out the wall over here as well. Should definitely work pretty well, and no, I did not mean to rip up the floor up there. I mean, you know, that terrain is definitely an issue we have to work with here. I probably should build those one or two more down, now that I think about it, but at the same time, I don't really want the ladder to be a long distance, since that's not really the focus here. Is this the same 6 and 5? Oh my goodness, come on. I'm so bad at making everything exact here. Let me just dig out one little area here before I, you know, completely mess this up and have to rebuild the entire room. That would be a bigger problem. So, thankfully, that's not a problem we have to deal with. That is a good thing. And let's just do that. And then we'll have to throw some of this down as well. Right there. Alright, so now we can start filling up these walls. So I already know I want to put stone brick on the edge here, just because I really want to have stone brick kind of be like a founding block that's only there really because it has to be, not because they want it there, you know? Like, it's there because it's essential to keeping the building, I guess, stable. And then we're going to take some of those and we're going to make these. And we're going to line the bottom and the top with it, just because it's a block that has some depth, which is something that we kind of need in this build at the moment, since everything is pretty flat. So by doing something like that, it'll really help. But I think I'm going to kind of get the rest of this wall down, and then I'll be back with you guys. Alright, so I kind of decided on this for the wall design over here. I do like it. I think it looks very good. It works with kind of what I'm going with. You know, got the spruce in the background as an accent, some cobblestone, and kind of keeps the vibe going. But on the sides here, I'm going to kind of swap it up a bit, change it up, just because I'm not sold on if that's the entire wall, that it's going to still come out the way I want it to. So that's a thing we're going to do. But over this wall here and this wall are going to be two different things. And that's for good reason. Over here, this wall here is going to become a TV, because this side of the room is going to be based on meetings. And although the TV might not be the most, I would say, you know, like olden days piece of technology, you know, that could be there, having a big black screen over here is really what I'm going for, because that could really influence just, I guess, the whole look of the build overall. And I am going to bop these out here, because I think the screen could benefit from being bigger and more of a different shape, because the shape it's got right now is a little bit weird. So maybe if we do something more along the lines of this, and I don't know why I put these through here, whatever. But yeah, the black wool in 1.12 does actually look pretty good. I do like it, because it's got a different, like, texture than it initially had. And I mean, look at that. That just looks pretty good. But now we got to actually get the whole TV situation down. So we're going to start by using, we're going to actually use spruce in the corners here, since it's got a different shade. We're going to take spruce and we're just going to go like that. And then I think we might possibly be able to literally keep this relatively simple here by doing something like this. But at the same time, maybe, and then over here and here we'll just swap those up for another block. Maybe we can go boom boom, bum bum, and bum bum, and bum bum, like that. I actually do quite like that little TV design we got over there. It definitely does work. It's pretty simplistic, but that's kind of what I'm going for with the simplistic style. I am going to bump the torch here and bump the torch on that side as well. Okay, well, thank you, Ghost Blocks. And I think I'm going to actually do something with... where could I can't have glowstone in this, so we're going to actually throw torches here. And I guess we'll do the same over here with whatever wall we put over here. The wall over here, though, is going to be a lot more simplistic than this one, because it's not going to be holding a TV. So that's like a key difference. So we got that, and then we're going to go bump bump and bump bump and bump bump and bump bump like that. Alright, we are going to need more of the dark oak stairs, though. Let me just craft up a few more of those. And then we're going to line right here with them. And we're going to line right here with that as well. And then what I think we're going to do is we're actually going to push back into the wall something here. And I think that could just work. We're going to kind of push back a little bit of the color that we're trying to get, which we're just going to kind of stick here with that whole spruce right here. Oh my goodness, we're going to need more spruce already. And we're going to do that. And then I'm going to go bum, 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 like so. And honestly, doesn't look all that bad. I'll take it. But now this wall here is going to take quite some time, so I'll just kind of do it and then I'll come back. And here's the wall so far. We just have a couple little simple things we got to just add on in here before we're about ready for this wall to be completed. So we can just focus on a couple little details in the room that are relatively minor, but for the most part, honestly, the walls of this thing have come along pretty nicely, and I do like them quite a bit, actually. With this wall here being slightly different than the other ones with block palette, I think it just really diversifies the room a bit. And over here definitely works as well. What I am actually going to do is over here, I do want to make this area a little bit practical. So I'm going to actually go right on in here and throw a door. And inside this door, my plan is over here to make a tad little tiny room not super big at all. And by really small, I mean really small. Like, we're thinking 2 blocks out over here, maybe, like, you know, like really small. And the whole purpose of this room will literally be, we'll just have a tad bit of things over here. Specifically, this would kind of be like the hidden treasure area, I guess you could say, of the build. Because you never really know, sort of like, you know, they could come down here in a hurry, and then this will just be like, kind of like the safe room almost, sort of thing. Where they can kind of hide in here, they got their treasures, they got their food, and their chests, and their crafting, and their furnace for warmth, etc., you know? So that's sort of what I'm just going to be throwing into here in just a little second here. And this is where we're going to actually get a little bit of green in, because I want to make some green carpet, yes, and then give me this. Alright, because we need some lighting in here, and I don't really want to actually have to spend, you know, actual time and resources on lighting. So we'll do that, and then we're going to make a crafting table, and we're going to make a furnace, and we're going to, well, that's a chest, we're going to need that, but now we're going to make a furnace. Actually going to make 2 furnaces. We're going to make 2 furnace right there, and then what we're going to do is we're going to go, boom, we'll throw that right there. Right over here, we're going to throw one of these, and right over here, we're going to throw one of these, and then in the roof here, which I do need to actually pop on out of this area for a second to really kind of fix some of the terrain up here, because it's a little bit weird. And to be honest, it's still gonna be weird for quite a while, because I really have to just kind of get in here and really kind of fix. Oh my gosh, there's way too many creepers here. We are so lucky we actually have a pretty powerful sword right now, because these guys need to just stay out of my area. This never come back. Oh my goodness, take one out. There we go. Boom. Yeah, because we need to do something like this for us to really kind of fix the terrain right there. That actually works, not that bad though. Maybe the terrain has been fixed. Yeah, as soon as that kind of like gets fixed, like grassified, I guess you won't really notice it too much. And here we go. Boom, pop on in. Break all that, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go boom, 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 boom. And then what we'll actually do is right over here, we can throw a little bit of green there. A little bit of green there, and throw the chest right in there. Maybe we should actually throw green underneath there actually as well, just because you're gonna see it from the side. So we'll do something like that, and then in there will just be a little chest. So that's just like a little room added, kind of like a safe house sort of thing, but it's more or less just a room. But just something to make that middle of the room actually be worth entering and going into. Which also means we're going to change those out to this right there, since that's what the inside of the room is. And now we're going to get to some little small minor details. So, to begin, we're going to get rid of this carpet, get rid of the seed. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to actually make a nice little table here. Relatively, well, pretty basic design for the table we're going to go for, you know. We're going to go like that. We're going to go like that. Alright, and then this is our little area here. So we're going to go bump. We're going to go bump like this. Remember, this goes to the end of the screen. So we're going to go like that. And then we're just going to do something like that. Very basic, very simplistic looking table. You know, that's kind of what we're going for. And then we're going to take, we can't take dark oak, unfortunately. I kind of wish we could use dark oak, but we can't. So we're going to kind of have to use more spruce, I'm assuming, for chairs around the table. So we can throw one there, and we'll throw one there, and then we'll put the head of the table right over there in front of the screen. So, you know, they could be one person who's sitting in front of the screen, you know, talking, doing their whole, I don't know, secret base gang thing. I don't know, this is sort of kind of like maybe a gang base, not really sure what we're going for, but just kind of a cool thing there. We got like a nice little table. And then at the table we'll have nothing at the moment. Maybe eventually we'll kind of purify it and add like a flower pot, which will work as a sort of like a cup. Alright, we have to get rid of that light there. Get rid of that light there. Then we'll have to get this wall lit up over here. So we'll just do something like that, and then we're good. And here's already lit up. So we got the table. We got this chest there. I better, like, you know, not let all those items despawn. So let me throw a ton of this in there. Yeah, we're actually not going to have space in our inventory to carry everything, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, lots of resources here. So I need to get these back before they all despawn. But I think that's actually gonna about wrap up our little bit of our rabbit, like, secret, I don't know, gang base thing. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to drop a like. And if you are new to the channel, subscribe. Check out my Twitter and Discord, both linked down below. And I will see you guys in yet another episode of Minecraft Vanilla Views. Bye!